Good morning. Let's review how to do some of the problems that are on the practice test today. This one is talking about the library being 4 miles from the post office. How many yards is the library from the post office? You're going to have to convert miles to yards. Okay, this is a longer problem. Billy made 5 gallons of juice for a picnic. He said that he made 5/4 quarts of juice. Notice that improper fraction? Complete the explanation of Billy's mistake. Well, before you even do this, you might want to think about how many quarts are in a gallon. Is this a reasonable answer? 5/4 quarts? If I convert quarts back to gallons, I would say 4 quarts in a gallon. So he made 1 1/4 gallons. So we know this isn't what happened. You need to figure out by converting quarts and gallons back and forth, multi-step word problem. So what did he do to make this kind of mistake? Did he divide or multiply the number of gallons by 4 to convert it? What should he have done? We know he did it wrong, so whatever he did here, he should have done the opposite here. This problem is a really long multi-step problem, and what you're going to want to do is lay it out like a timeline, like you would a number line, and plug in the pieces you know. The first show starts at 4:35. The second one is going to start at 7:15. That's going to be way to the right of 4:35. But work backwards and take off that half-hour break. Then start thinking about how to plug in these different pieces. If you get super stuck on this problem, tell me and I will do a video just about this problem. Fred bought 4 liters of liquid laundry detergent, 3,250 milliliters of fabric softener, and 2.5 liters of bleach. Okay, again, you're going to have to convert back and forth. Do you remember the little cheat sheet we made that uses King Henry doesn't usually drink chocolate milk? Usually would be the basic unit of measurement that we're talking about. Okay, in this case, we're talking about liters. We have liters, we have milliliters. You're going to have to convert back and forth, thinking about powers of 10 and which way to move that decimal point. A male animal can weigh up to 4,000 pounds. How many tons is 4,000 pounds? Well, that one's really easy. If you know how many pounds are in a ton, you can figure out how many tons are involved here. This is another time problem, and again, I would lay it out in a line and plug in what I know and work both backwards and forward to figure out what I don't know. As usual, if you get really stuck on this problem, tell me and I will do a special video just for the long multi-step problems. Select the objects that hold the same amount of liquid as a 128 fluid ounce jug. Okay, how many ounces are in what? 3 1-quart bottles? 3 1-quart and 2 pint bottles? You got to figure out how to break those ounces into different groupings. Quarts, pints, how 2 1-quart bottles and 8 8-ounce fluid glasses. I'm going to tell you right now, try this problem. It's hard and it's probably not going to be on the test. But if you can do it, it means you've really got the skill. Lorena's backpack has a mass of 16,000 grams. What is the mass of her backpack in kilograms? Scoochie Maguchi. King Henry doesn't usually drink chocolate milk. Start with grams as the unit. And how do you move 16,000 grams over to kilograms? It's moving the decimal point. Remember, we're working with powers of 10 when we're working in the metric system. I'll tell you now, this problem is not on there. It's long and it's convoluted. However, if you like practicing and want to make sure you really know how to do things, this is a great problem for that. 16 jars. Okay. Each jar holds a pint. How many gallons? You're converting pints to gallons. A driveway that's 42 feet long. Use the word and number to complete the sentence correctly. 42 feet to yards. Okay. How many yards, how many feet are in 1 yard? 3. 3 feet are in 1 yard. So you should be able to convert that pretty easily. Carlos bought 6 pounds of carrots. Good job, Carlos. That's a healthy choice. How many ounces did he buy? Well, how many ounces are in a pound? Do that times 6. 848 millimeters of fabric. Let me just tell you, in the real world, nobody measures fabric this way, and I'm quite sure that we skipped this problem. However, if you want to make sure you truly have the skills down, go ahead and do the problem and see if you're right or wrong. The practice test is not for a grade, it is just for practice. Glenn needs to cut pieces of ribbon that are each 1 meter long to make ribbon keychains. If he has 8 pieces of ribbon that are a decameter long, how many 1 meter pieces of ribbon can he cut? Draw this one out. Just make a simple diagram for yourself, draw pictures of ribbon, and cut them up. A large pot holds 7 quarts of spaghetti sauce. Lisa has 1 pint containers of spaghetti sauce. Complete the table. This is where continuing a pattern actually will help you. If 3 quarts makes 6 pints, well, then 5 quarts must make how many pints? And 7 must make how many? And 9 must make how many? Follow the pattern. Emily bought 33 yards of fabric to make curtains. How many inches of fabric did Emily buy? You can convert 33 yards to feet. There are 3 feet for every yard, so I would multiply this by 3. Whatever that number is going to be a number of feet. To convert feet to inches, you're going to need to times the feet by 12 because there are 12 inches for every foot. Kelly is having a party. She wants to make punch. The recipe for punch uses 4 pints of pineapple juice, 7 cups of orange juice, 3/4 a gallon of lemonade, and 2 quarts of apricot nectar. She says that her recipe will make 36 cups of punch. I would convert everything up here into cups and see if that's true. Again, it's a long multi-step word problem. It's just for practice. Do your best, and if you get really stuck, please ask for help. Sam is practicing long track speed skating at an ice skating rink. The distance around the rink is 250 yards. He has skated around the rink 8 times so far. How many more yards does he need to skate around the rink to complete 3 miles? Interesting. You need to know how many yards are in a mile, and you need to know how many yards that would be in 3 miles. Okay. And then compare to what he has done. So he needs to skate how many more yards to make it to 3 miles. Marla spent 22 days traveling in South America. How many hours did she spend traveling in South America? Well, how many hours are in one day? 24. How many days did she travel? 22. What can you do? You could do repeated addition, 24 plus 24 plus 24, on and on, or you could just multiply 22 times 24 and get a good answer. A concrete truck loaded with concrete weighs up to 23 tons. How many pounds does the loaded truck weigh? Well, how many pounds are in a ton? However many pounds are in a ton, multiply it by 23 to figure out the total pounds. A plumber has a piece of pipe that is 5 meters long. He needs to cut it into sections that are 10 centimeters long. How many sections will he be able to cut? If you can't think of it as a simple math problem, then draw it out and use that strategy to figure out the answer. You're going to want to figure out how many sections are cut, and something divided by something equals something. 5 meters is equal to blank times 100 centimeter. Remember that there are 100 centimeters in a meter. Select true or false. 6,000 pounds is greater than 3 tons. Is that true? Okay, that's the end of the questions. Not all of these questions are on the practice. Figure out what you need to work on and then talk to us if you're stuck. We can make a special video that talks about one problem. We can give you general guidance. We can type out answers. We can do the face tick thing and talk in real time. Whatever it takes to help you get through this, that's what we want to do. Good luck.